I'm gonna roll with that just because it's more vibey. Ooh, we're in the truck. Yes. People are okay with this. Two Rangers. Oh, that would be nice. Fuck.
We don't smoke cigarettes anymore. We were some outlaws. We could not get in control of that. Can't believe, dude, can you believe we smoked cigarettes together at one point?
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. Wish I had one right now.
Smoking cigarettes is so bad for you, though.
I know, but it's
But we could do it together
love
just
it.
one last time.
Exactly.
Oh, man. It's so bad for your lungs, though. It's like not even funny.
It's better than vaping.
So healthy.
It's all natural.
See, that's what they get it wrong, because smoking is still awful for you. But it is way better. I prefer smoking over vaping because at least it's not as chemical and it has some barrier to use, kind of.
Yeah.
And it smells. Like, people shit on the smell, and it's like, because if I got in my mom's car right now and drove it with the smell of cigarettes, she would be pissed.
Yeah.
But, man, I kind of love cigarettes.
At the same
They
time.
blunt hunger in New York City with the coffee.
It's just a vibe.
People
Yeah.
don't understand. It's just a vibe.
Yeah.
It's not even about the cigarette. It's just the vibe. It's just
Vibe's
like,
too great.
I am so buzzed right now. That's what it feels like, you know? You're just like,
Yeah.
wow. And there's just like wind and it's freezing cold. I like the cold too. Like it's freezing cold, but you got your cigarette and coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you go for a run at night. You're cold, aren't you? You're like, it's okay. It's just gonna be weird to see how our paths go. Yeah. We just don't really know what the future holds at all. Like we don't know what your future holds. We don't know what my future holds. We don't know what either of us is gonna do, and what's best for either of us. And what the fuck even mean? What does that even mean? You know why I don't think anybody knows what's best for you? Because nobody's you. And that sounds really like, oh, so Gen Z, but it's true. Because like, your parents don't know what makes you happy. Probably. Maybe they do, but maybe they don't. Maybe they know some of it. Quiet Christian life, yes, that makes you happy. Maybe I don't want to do it that way. So why do I have to do a Christian life your way? You know, that's kind of my challenge to them. That they're like, oh, you're breaking all these, and I'm like, you're like spiritualizing something for me that is just purely like personal. It's not spiritual for me. Like, and what I mean is, it's like it's not like a. I just don't like it when people bang that over my head on everything and say that like our family tradition is based on God, and therefore if you don't follow our tradition, fuck you. And I'm like. That's not really the logic. Like, no, that's the logic, but that's not how they say it. That's basically how it feels. The logic of how it feels is like that.
Yeah. Even though, oh, there it is.
Yeah, he's an old guy. I like that guy's outfit. The sun's hitting my back right now. It feels really good. Isn't it funny how you can just find happiness anywhere? In a grocery store parking lot. But if you really think about it, it's not contained in where you are and what you're doing for the day. It's contained with like how present you are and how like, I guess like how real you are, and maybe that's why I get pissed off at like blasted Christianity, which is like we're gonna pretend to be all these things, but we don't actually act like this in real life, and we're just gonna have a whole social I just want to be the real me all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm awkward sometimes, like some situations. It's like I don't really have that like off switch too much.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have as much of a social context bar because I'm like, does it really matter that bad that we need to look military and like so respectable and like professional all the time? Like people like my friends in the military were like, you're representing some dude, you need to like lock in and like just stop like because my dad got detected for having pre-workout and like that's a big deal, like that's perception. I'm like, but it's pre-workout, relax bro, like I don't care, like I have pre-workout on me, sorry, like, I don't care, and he was just like way more serious, and I respect that because he's like military, but I would say like we do the same thing with like Christianity is we think like, oh, you have to act this way all the time, even though in reality you're raging pissed at your kids behind walls.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is like the fake part. It's like people come over and your parents act like, oh, that's so funny, and I'm like, you are not like that,
Yeah.
ever, except with your friends that you see like once a year.
Yeah.
You don't have a real social life. Like you don't have a real life if you're pissed off like 99% of the time, stressing about everything, and just angry and depressed at life. Like depressed about how it's gone so far for you, and you're mad about it, and then you're gonna take it out on everybody inside your life.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna heal from it and deal with it, and then just be like free. Instead, you're just gonna be like locked up, and then you're gonna be fake with your friends, and keep pretending like you like the shit that you do, even though you don't. And then just call it all God's plan, or I'm just being a faithful steward, or I'm just being a faithful servant. I'm like, being a faithful servant does not mean being passive and just letting life happen to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like being like faithful to God and being surrendered to God does not mean being passive and just letting it like slap you in the face and then just being like, oh, I'm just gonna be depressed now
Yeah.
because this one thing happened to me. Dude, like life just keeps moving on. Nobody cares how you were treated or how I was treated as kids growing up. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Real world's out there. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And like that's just what we have to deal with. But like whatever. Why don't we just have fun doing it?
Yeah.
That's more of my philosophy. Like, I'm just gonna have fun doing this. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna work really hard. And I want to be tough, but I want to work hard and I want to play hard and I want to be real all the time, as much as I can. Because you just don't have enough time to be like pretending. You don't. You really don't. People think they have time to pretend. Pretend like they like the life path, but like, what are you thinking? You think you're gonna get a second shot or like a refund? You don't. You don't get to go back. You're just this one.
Yeah.
You get one time, like one shot,
shot.
and then you're done. Did I show you that album,
What?
the Jocko
Eminem?
album? No, I was thinking of a different album. Good. I'm glad I haven't shown it. It's kind of cheesy, but it's good. But here's the thing: it's the Akira the Don with Jocko Willink,
Uh-huh.
and they made music together. And it's like silly because the music, he's kind of like I don't know, his production style is just kind of gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he just takes something and repeats it instead of making it like really dope. But sometimes it turns out really sick.
Yeah.
So I like it because sometimes it's badass.
Yeah.
Like Default Aggressive, you need to listen to Default Aggressive by him. It's a sick song, but then it starts repeating and it's like, but you just have to go with it. If you go with it and you take it to the gym or you take it on a run, like you just lock it the fuck in. You're just, and that's how I started locking it in actually. Was listening to powerful content like that. But that, I think in general, if you create content that's real, it helps people. Just because it's real.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why people like Samson and stuff. It's just doing getting huge.
Yeah. But he's just being straight up. Like, he's not even, there's nothing, like, there's no really hidden sauce.
Yeah.
So to speak. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
'Cause he's not plastic,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So even if it's cheesy, I would rather sacrifice cheesiness or like, I would sacrifice the, exactly. So I would sacrifice the popularity of my music taste for the realness of it. Because what I would rather have is something that's cheesy and real than something that's fake and cool. Or something that's just not like actually helping me live.
Yeah.
Basically. That's why I try not to listen to like trashy rap. In general, I try to avoid. I listen to it occasionally, like when I'm really channeling, but usually I try to stay off because it's not good for me. Same with like your algorithm. Like it's really important to follow the right accounts and unfollow accounts that don't serve you. You have to keep that kind of like, kind of keep locked in on that because sometimes you can just follow accounts that you don't even follow.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Just on these tires. Classic.
Which tires?
Right here.
Your tires?
Those tires.
Yeah. You mean they're facing the wrong way? Like they're both facing the same way? So one should be inverted. I see what you're saying.
Oh, never mind. No, they're
It
on right, I guess.
looks like it because of the angle, but they're not actually.
Yeah.
That's good. Man, turn it up, bro. I was jamming with him. It went off, and I was like, "What?"
Oh, that's just a song.
Oh. Yeah, and so like I love listening to music that's culture and stuff like that because music is culture, and so I get it why like it's so close to heart and matters to so many people. But sometimes you gotta like check your culture. Sometimes culture isn't good for you, or sometimes that culture isn't your like long term where you need to stay. Maybe you want to be something different. But I think plastic is something that like infects all cultures. It's not just like plastic Christianity. I think it kind of applies to.
Oh, yeah.
But I experienced it. Yeah. Systems are weird like that. You know? They're like systems in which people find meaning, but sometimes the system is just broken. Or just doesn't really work perfectly. And we're still in the system though.
Yeah.
Trying to make it like this thing.
It's too influential.
Yeah, trying to be like, oh, good job, I'm so glad you got that. Like, and I saw the extreme of it with my mom recommending my sister, who's the most talented artist I've ever seen in the world, be like, you should go be a substitute teacher. What? What? Like, how are you gonna recommend like one of the greatest artists I've ever seen in my entire life, and you're gonna tell her as your kid to go?
Mediocre.
And I'm not saying who this was. Like, I'm not trying to. The point is not to like name names and like look down on people. That's not my point. My point is like how far it's gone.
Yeah.
That you would recommend something that's safe in the system because you just want this person to have security and a job, and you're not even thinking about their actual gifts and their talents and the risks that they could take and the kinds of possibilities they could achieve. Because you're not seeing the possibilities for your children. You're just seeing like the images they need to uphold for you based on your family status and what status you have within your hierarchy of power and your social planting that you were stuck into. And so as long as you're inside that system, you're like in this status world. For me, it's like the military status world. That's why I want to get out. Because I'm in this like Navy status world and I'm just this fucking hobo. Is what it feels like to all of them. You know? Like there are all these like high Navy people and Ivy League school kids that are doing finance or doing fucking like the academy.
Yeah.
And I'm just over here like, I'm doing other stuff. Sorry, guys. So if you're in the wrong community, it kind of looks crazy.
Yeah.
And you feel crazy inside, but you might not be crazy. You might actually be doing what you're supposed to.
Yeah. It's in the wrong place.
So that's why I've been questioning, like, do I actually just need to get in the right environment right now?
Yeah.
And not worry too much about all that? Or is that environment something I need to go permeate?
Right. That's the question. Where's that? Is it at school or is it just somewhere else?
Yeah. Because what if we just sent it? We just moved out somewhere else.
Yeah.
We just hold off something. I don't know.
Some opportunities and shut up.
There's a lot of good opportunities. there's opportunities everywhere, man. Opportunities are so abundant right now. You have no idea though. Like, I mean, you do, but you don't, right? Because like, the opportunities are to those who are assertive, not those who are like waiting to be like called upon. Because like, the real opportunities are the ones that go create the opportunity. By not necessarily creating a whole new opportunity, but they just like get good and they learn something and they like go apply it and they get results. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
But I really want to do it. YouTube for me feels like that opportunity. I don't know, but YouTube has changed thousands of lives and it would be really cool if millions of lives, but like I would love to just get a little I would love to get someone's life. We could get a snake too. But yeah. And like I don't know what like opportunities right for me. Which one to take? I don't know. There's so many. But people are like, oh, social media isn't a real like opportunity. I'm like, what are you talking about? All advertising is done on social media now.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that social media is illegitimate and then me tinkering on social media is like a waste of my time. When that's how businesses are making money right now. And then you're saying that skill doesn't matter. That's how outdated people's thoughts are about money. Because like my brothers, for example, think that like you can't make money making social like content on social media.
Yeah.
They think that's stupid.
Yeah.
That's not a real job. It's to get a real job.
Yeah.
Like, so that's where all the money's being made by all these new money businesses. And you're telling me to not go be part of the new money and stay part of the old money. I want to be part of the new rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
New rich are creators. That's what they are. Ideas are the new oil. People creating and owning attention. That's what they are.
Individually. Yeah. Instead of for someone else.
Exactly.
Old days, people can have that influence to create original ideas that actually would happen. You have to work for someone else that does. I guess create it, but not in the same way.
Yeah. And I think that's something that like they just don't value as much or understand, right? Like the concept of making money by just making a video.
Yeah.
Or making money by like doing videos and selling digital products. So like, what do you mean digital products? What does that even mean? They have no clue. Digital product is just a word to them. It's not a whole universe to them like it is for me. Digital product for me means a very specific tangible thing and an infinite tangible things. It could be a course, it could be a community, it could be an app, it could be a program, it could be a Notion template. It could be fucking wallpaper.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It could be Etsy stuff. It doesn't matter. You could do like an infinite number of things. Great. Is that girl cute or is she not cute? I don't know. Her profile. Is she really super?
Sure. That's
Oh, never mind. Forget it. She just looks cute from the side. With her mom. Damn. Such a... This is what happens when I'm on NoFap for like 7 days.
yeah.
I'm just like
Friends.
every girl that has hair.
We're friends. So make it dry.
Oh, it'll pop back up, right? Right?
This is one. Yes, man.
Nah, never mind. You think it'll be okay?
Yeah.
You think it's not a big deal?
Yeah, it's
I don't know. Oh man. Yeah, so if we had lav mics, we could just podcast anywhere. Think about that. Because this audio is probably trash.
yeah.
But it's a directional mic, so it should be able to catch a decent amount and tune out most of it. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Chicka-doodle. Are you getting cold? Okay. This is the end.
The end.
Rant complete. Bye. Ah, wubba lubba dub dub. That's my new thing. All right. Yep, we're cutting now. Okay. All right.
Morty, you gotta. All right. Yep.